Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Michael. It's time for an unboxing today. My food dehydrator that I had finally decided it didn't want to work anymore, and I'd had that one for so many years I couldn't even tell you how long I'd had it. So I did a little research and I thought I would try a different model to see if there was any changes in the food dehydration from this model that I've got here. This is the Excalibur 6-tray digital dehydrator, and I thought I would do a little unboxing of it, show you what's in the box, and then we'll come back and we'll do some more. With all of the food and vegetables that have gotten really pricey these days, we definitely don't want to be throwing anything away. So if you've never thought about dehydration, I'm going to hopefully bring some ideas to you today of some things that you can do with that. So like when you're making soups and you go buy the bags of the frozen vegetables and you might use a cup out of it, put it back in your freezer and you forget about it and you come back several months later and it's freezer burnt, go ahead and dehydrate that. That's one of the uses we can do with that. If you buy the spices in the stores, I know that I have bought those in the stores out of season when mine are not producing here in my backyard, and I don't use them all and they wilt and you have to wind up throwing them away. So dehydrate those, put those into your little spice jars and use those. Don't throw anything away. We're going to talk about some of the dehydration things other than those. All right, so let's look at some of the things we've got on the box here. We've got it in the French and English, and they're going to test me on my French today. Haven't seen that in a long time, since my college days. But let's take a look at it here. I'm going to turn it up on the side so that we can kind of get an overhead shot of it and see what it shows here. We've got the Excalibur 6-tray digital dehydrator. It's got the LED front on the top here, which I really liked on it. It's got the two tempered French doors here on the front. I like that. Some of the Excaliburs from years past had a metal door that you push down on the front of it, and I really didn't like that because you couldn't see inside of it. There's another model of an Excalibur 6-tray that has a glass top on it that's really nice. It's a little bit more money than this one, but I thought I would give this one a try and see how it was going to do. We can use this both for the Fahrenheit and for the Celsius, and it ranges from 85 degrees Fahrenheit to 165 degrees Fahrenheit, or 29 Celsius, 74 Celsius. And it's got a 60-hour timer on it, which is really nice on that, because there's a lot of things that you might need for that longer time on that. If you're dehydrating meat and things, you definitely want to do that a little bit longer if you're working on your beef jerkies and things like that. Style here. And then we've got 6 high-quality chrome-plated trays and a chrome trim on the inside. We'll take a look at that once we get that opened up. And this over here is just talking about their stainless steel body on the outside of it. And we can see here we've got easy countertop and under the counter storage. We'll get some measurements on that so you can take it and see. Like if you got my cabinet, it's got here, I think I've got a 17-inch clearance on that. So you definitely want to make sure that when you're buying one of these, if you plan on leaving it on the counter, that you've got enough clearance on that. So I'll get you the measurements on all of that, and we'll look at the book and see how much it weighs. I don't think my little kitchen scales would handle this type of weight on this. So we'll get a measurement on that. We'll go back and look at the site, or the book might tell us how much it weighs. All right, so let's look at further. We've got a 9.6 square cubic feet of drying space, perfect for vegetables, fruits, jerky, and more. One of the other models that I saw here, there was only a 6 square foot space, and I thought, this is a little bit bigger. It's got 9.6 in it. So it doesn't have as many trays in it as that one did, but you can put more in this. So definitely that's another plus on that. So let's take a look at the front of it and see what we've got here. Kind of the same thing. We've got the even heat with the hyperwave technology. We get concentrated sweetness and natural flavors and aroma from our fruit that's being dehydrated. Again, the 6 trays, 9.6 cubic feet. Adjustable temperature control with that LED display on the top, and we've got a 60-hour timer in it. So nothing new on the front of that. Let's pull it up on this side, and this is in French over here. All right, I'm going to get my scissors or my knife. We'll get this cut open, and we'll take this out of the box, and we'll see what's in it. And I'm just going to pull the tape off the top of it here. All right, so I've got that cut open now. Let's see what we've got in the box. Probably going to put it in the floor and empty it out, only because when I picked it up, it was heavy, and I know the box doesn't weigh as much as how much the whole total weight of this is. So it's got a nice book in here for the Excalibur, and it's got the 10 tray model here, and it's got the 6 tray that I have here in this box. And we'll take a look at it and read some of the instructions. see what it shows here, different recipes. This is nice. It's got your fruit here and vegetables on the side, and it tells you how long to leave them in there for them to get dehydrated out, which is really nice. They've got that little bit of a step in there. So this is going to be a good book to have. It's got a drying guide, storage guide, reconstitution. So the reconstitution is where it's something dehydrated and you need to put it back into its hydrated form and you soak it back in water, and it talks about that. So that's really nice. It's got some helpful hints and tips. We've got some recipes here for leathers and fruit rolls, jerkies, vegetables, fruits. We've got very nice, here's some pet treats. Those come in handy for your pets. And then we've got maintenance on these, and then the rest of the book is in French. So let's go ahead and get this out of the box and see what we got and take a look at it and see what we've got here. This is just, it says additional accessories are at the bottom of the box. Make sure we don't want to throw those out. So I'm going to get this out of the box. We'll come back. I'll take the packing material off of it and we'll see what we've got. All right, so I got it out of the box now, and it was really easy to lifting it out of the box because there's some helper handles here on the side, which made it really nice, and it doesn't weigh as much as I thought it was going to weigh. So I guess the bulk of it was the box when I was picking that up. So I'm going to go ahead and take this plastic off the outside. So it's got a nice long cord. I'll get you the measurements on that. It does have the 3-prong cord on it that we use here in the United States. Got the fan outlet here on the back. I don't want to break anything by picking this up, but you can see a little bit here where this is. Let me go ahead and turn it up now. You can see where the outlet for the fan is here, and I can see the heating elements that are inside of that. So we do get the airflow from the back. The other one that I had before that stopped working was a round one, and it had the motor on the top and it forced the air down through the trays. This one is on the back and it forces the air forward through the trays like that. So let me see what's on the front of this here, and I'll turn it up. Now these are the little helper handles here I was talking about a few minutes ago. When I pulled those up, that was really nice to be able to move this. So if it doesn't fit under your counters and you need to put this someplace else, we can definitely pick that up and put that somewhere else. It doesn't weigh that much. Definitely we'll get the weight on that before we finish with this opening today to see what we've got. So I'm going to turn this around. We've got the solid surface here on the top, and it does say there's a digital recipe book. So if you don't want to use your paperback book, according to this, there's a QR code here on the top. You can go and you can get the digital copy of that book, and it says you can be downloaded on that. So we've got a protective film here on the top for this. This is our LED display, and I'll go ahead and take that off of that so we can see what's under it. So I took that plastic covering off that. So on the front here, we've got the on and off switch. This is like a clock for a timer. This will be your temperature settings here, and we've got up and down. So once we get this plugged in, we'll be able to raise and adjust, lower the temperatures on that. And this button here also, if I remember correctly, the way that I did my research, if you push and hold that, that's how you change from Fahrenheit to Celsius on that. So you've got right there on the top of that for that accessible too. And then you've got your start switch over here on the side. So I'm going to pick it up on its back here, and you can see the doors that I've got here on the front, and this is all taped down with the handles on it. It does have a magnet latch here on the top to use that, so we'll be checking that out. I'm going to go ahead and take this back down now, and we'll get it opened up and see what's inside. All right, I'm going to bring it back up again so we can see it from a top view here. And I've got it here, which is really nice with these doors, with this magnet latch on that. That opens up pretty wide on that. And you can see the fan motor on the back. And again, this is the 6-tray model that I have here. So now let's look and see what else we've got, and then we'll turn this on and see what it sounds like for the noise level. So some of the items that was mentioned earlier, that there were additional items on the bottom of the box that's showing here. So we've got our crumb tray here. This is made out of plastic, and it is a little flexible. That goes in the bottom to keep any of the juices and things on that. That'll be easy to clean. You can remove that and be able to clean that very easily. Here is a mesh screen that goes on top of the wire screens here. So if you got smaller items, when they dehydrate, they might want to fall through the wider cracks of your racks here. And I ordered additional ones of these so I can have some for the additional racks on those. So definitely if you're making like if you're going to dehydrate garlic for garlic powder or onion powder, you wouldn't want that falling through. So you would use these smaller holes on those, or you can use parchment paper, and that works on that well. They do have solid pieces of these where you can put like your fruit roll-ups and things on. I didn't order any of those. I've never made that before, but it could be something that I could try for a future video. And let's look at our racks that we've got here. All right, so I've got that bundle off of that. Let's take a look at our racks here and see what we've got. I'll remove these out of the way so we can get a good look at those. We can see that we've got a nice mesh screen on those, and we'll get some measurements on those so that you can have that, and we'll get the measurements on the outside of the box as well. So with these, you get 6 trays with it, which is 6 of these racks that we've got here. And we've got our crumb tray, and we've got one of these mesh screens here that fits over the top. So like I was showing you earlier, if you had something that was a little finer, you would put this mesh screen on the top of it like that, and it would keep anything from falling through on that. So if you were doing any kind of herbs and things, you can definitely put those on here, and that would keep that from falling through the wider slots on that. Let me grab my measuring tape. We'll come back and we'll get some measurements on this and take a look at it, and we'll turn it on and let you hear it to see what it sounds like. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you the Imperial measurements, and I'll give you the metric measurements on that. So we'll measure it from the width on the top, and that is about 17.5 inches across the top there. And we'll measure it from the front to the back, and we're looking at that with the door handles here. I'll go all the way to the front, so we've got at least that. And to the back where this is sticking out here in the back, it's about 22 inches on that, or about 56 centimeters. And let me get your centimeters measurement here on the top. That's about 44 centimeters on the top of that on the width. So that's a nice size width on that. We do have this piece on the back here that is a little bit further out than the back of the machine. And of course you've got your door handles on the front here that's going to have a little bit more room on that as well. Let's get the height on this and see what we've got with that. So I'm going to measure it from the countertop to the top because it does have feet on it, and you'd want to know how tall it is if you were putting it under your countertops. So this is 12.5 inches across the top, and we've got about 32 centimeters height on that. So we've got the measurements of the dehydrator here. Now the weight of this is 18.3 pounds, and I will put that metric conversion in the description box. You'll have that, and also I'll put the link where I got this one. That way if you're interested in that, you can go check that out. And this is the 700 watt model that I've got here, which was really nice on that. The other unit that I had was a 600 watt. So with the additional wattage on there, it should take less time to dry things because you got more power coming through the unit itself. Now let's take a measurement of these doors, and that way you can kind of get a measurement of how wide those are, each one of them individually. So they're about 8 inches a piece, so that's about 16 inches on those across the front of those. All right, let's take a look at the measurements on the inside now, and I'm going to measure that where the piece would go in, and so that is showing about 14 3/4 inches on that, and that's about 38 centimeters. And then the interior height on that to the bottom here of where you can actually put trays in, that opening on that is about 8.5 inches, or that's about 22 centimeters on that. So it is really nice machine that I've got here. I'm going to take a couple of these and we'll put some of these trays in there. They're really easy to pop in, and they just kind of slide in on these racks here. And I'll turn it up here so you can see what I'm looking at here. These go in really nicely here. You can see they just kind of fit in on these tracks. And the one thing about this that I really liked about this is the trays can go in either direction. It doesn't matter which way you put them in. Some of the models were a little bit wider than they were deep, and you made sure you had to put them in a certain way. This one, they go in one direction, or you can flip them. Doesn't matter how that goes in. So these trays that we've got here, they should be about 14 inches, but let's get a measurement on those and see what we have. So those are 15 inches on that, or that's roughly about 39 centimeters on that, and those are going to be a square. So that's really nice what we've got. I'm going to go ahead and put some trays in here, and then we will turn this on and get some noise level on it to see how quiet it is. Now these doors on these do extend out a little bit further out on those, which makes that really nice. Instead of it being like this, you can get the trays in and out a lot easier without having to hit the doors on those. So that is a nice feature on that. Let me get this plugged in and we'll look at some of the control functions here on the top. All right, I've got it plugged in now. I'm going to see if I can do this backwards on that side. This is the on and off switch, and we're showing 165 degrees Fahrenheit. And this will be your up and down arrows here to change that temperature, and you just hold it down. So it does go up incrementally in 1 degree instead of it being like every 5. So you can put it on any temperature that you like on that. And then we've got the timer switch here, and that shows the time here, and we can adjust that up and down as well. So that's really nice. And then of course we've got the switch here to go from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So that is really easy to change on the front of that. They've thought of everything with that one. So now we've got the on and off switch here. Let me flip it back to Fahrenheit. And I'm going to put it back up on 165. And I'm going to turn it on and let's see if we can pick up any sounds what this is coming through with this microphone. As we can see here that our timer is clicking down there and it's alternating between the time and the temperature that you've got it set on, which is really nice. I'm going to pull my microphone off my apron here and pull it down here so that you can hear what this sounds like. That is really quiet. I hope you can hear that. I'm not exaggerating it. It's really loud. You're not even going to hardly notice it. It's running. It's like a small fan running in the background. We've got our weights and our measurements now on our Excalibur 6-tray dehydrator. I'm going to go ahead and get everything cleaned up. I'm going to read my manual. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. So the fan is still running. It must run a little bit for it to stop, and it does shut off on that. So it's just a few seconds delay on that before it shuts off. I'm going to read my manual, see if I need to have a burn-in phase in it. Give everything a good wash. We'll come back and we'll give this starting some use and put it in some videos, and that way you can see what you can do with your food dehydration with the Excalibur 6-tray digital dehydrator. If you like this content, maybe you might consider giving me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And while you're at it, check out one of these other 2 videos over here on the side. You might find something else you like. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I want to hear, do you have one of these? If you like it, leave me some notes and tips on it so I can pass that on to some of our other viewers. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye now.